Ulitin ko guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Karmina, your ano ba yan? Exercise practice sustain a habit partner. Guys, the topic is kind of I can't say it's going to be complete. It's never going to be complete. Learning is a kind of a thing that does not stop, right? So maybe we can learn about it, right? Like what we can do with regards to somehow having this global condition, the economic crisis. Although um, I may be reading some incomplete informations, but somehow maybe some reads on what we can do during, just in case scenario, worst case scenario. Actually, we are already in. So worst case scenario guys, what we can do as human beings in our abodes, what we can at least improve on. So this one, the topic is enhance, hone, practice, develop, discover new, old, crisis-proof habits. I don't know guys, crisis-proof somehow guys, that will somehow be able to help us sustain a new life, a new lifestyle that we can be maybe encountering this next in the next few weeks, next few days. And it's because it's surprisingly changing. And yes, I just want to read about it, and while reading it, maybe we can learn about it, right? So I just want to share guys. So it may, I mean, I wouldn't say na crisis proof, but maybe these are just points to be for us. Maybe most of these guys we already know, or maybe you are already practicing, maybe I'm not. So just to be reminded somehow guys, if you are wanting, if you're interested. So I'm currently here in the shop, and kind of guys, there's a huge effect in the shop right now. And so I just wanted to share guys. So anyway, scenario wise, economic crisis, at home, what can we do? These little things, baby steps that we can do at home, that may be a solution. Hi sir. Ay sige po, go ahead po. Saan po kayo dito?
Asa po?
Ay, excuse me guys. Wait lang po. Sige po. Thank you po. Alright, so guys, welcome back to me. So guys, I'm not an economist guys, neither any guys, I'm an ordinary human being. So, diba, I'm just curious about this one guys. Lala ko guys. Guys, kind of guys, I'm pretty sure all of us are globally thinking about it already. And what if that scenario again, lockdown, or how do you say that, yung kasi di ba we don't have a choice. If there's no enough supply of the oil, then totally everything goes up, right? And everything we have to, di ba, the next thing is we're gonna have to survive. Yun lang talaga, no, in all essence, na sa bahay, what we can do. Mamarunong pabibo, nagbabasa lang tayo guys. So pabibo lang po. So while I'm bored here, guys, not much of talaga, affected talaga guys yung namin, yung shop namin. Yeah, yung ganyan guys talaga. And so anyway, so what can we do guys? Are you ready also? Have you asked yourself, are we ready? Am I ready to be in that situation again? And guys, yung typical guys na analog talaga, na there's no internet, for example, no power, like yung mga ganun guys, naiisip ko talaga yun. So anyway, hi Miss Joyce, welcome back. Sige, ka lang, relax ka lang dyan. Anong tawag dito? Walang update. Basta may mga ano ako, love letter ako dyan. Nakasulat. Ayan yung, nakita mo? Mukhang maling. Mukhang maling. Nakarelate ka? Nandito na niyo guys sa isang vendor na. So, ayun na nga guys. So, pupush natin yan. Ay, Miss Joyce, follow up mga si Miss Karina sa family meal yung lunch. Kasi, baka papakatid niya ngayon.
Ay, yung lunch na.
Ay, pag gusto mo ako, siyempre naiya siya. Naiya siya. Sabi ni Miss Joyce, text ko sabi ni Miss Joyce. Charot. Dali. Guys, excuse me lang Nakalimutan ni Miss Karina. Hindi, kasi akong nag-open. Si ma'am, alam mo na nag-check yung kitchen sa bahay. Naayos. Dali guys Sabi ni Miss Joyce. Nakakainis yung gano'n. Okay, so guys, going back. So, ayun na nga. Nakakatawa guys. So, pakita ko sa inyo Yan yung tao. O, di ba, maintindihan mo why aren't people are coming. I mean, there are people in some stores. Pero dito, yun, makikita mo guys, affected na siguro maybe. Di ba? Di ba? Everything is expensive na. That's why. So, yun. Anyway, ayan. Dali, Miss Joy sumasagot na. Okay. Okay guys, okay, so yun na nga. Aren't you curious about it? Kanina mo pa sinasabi yan. Aren't you curious? Okay, so guys and I quote guys from some reads, to thrive during an economic recession, focus on building habits that prioritize discipline. Wow! Discipline talaga. Financially discipline. Sino bang financial discipline? Wala, hindi naman tayo, di ba? Resilience. Pwede ka na rin makinig Miss Joyce. Ako nakaupo. Okay. Resilience. Okay, pagiging matibay. Kasi kailangan dito guys, didimoro talaga to. Labanan talaga to. And self-sufficiency. Ano yun? Kaya explain. Key habits include strict meal planning. Guys, strict meal planning, ibig sabihin, tayo, super tipid-tipid talaga tayo ngayon. As in, tubig na lang, ganyan. Tubig na lang. As in, sana hindi natin abutin. Okay, creating a budget. Guys, ito lang parang naisip ko lang, how are people, paano ba, tama, I needed to speak in English for some audience, that are from other parts of the world. So, so yun guys, yung how people during, the ages, like back in the days, Stone Age, mga ganyan, how did they survive during, these times of, mga crisis, like hunger, mga ganyan, paano, diba? Gusto niyo ba, naisip niyo ba yun na, you have, basta guys, paano sila nabuhay nung time na yun? How were they able to survive during those days? Back in the days na analog, talagang wala. As in, walang ganito, walang yung, you can order anything, everything will just, will happen accordingly just by pressing, just by calling, just by ordering, yung walang ganun. Have you thought of that? Hindi ka ba na-alarm ako? Okay, so key habits include, again, strict meal planning, creating a budget, building an emergency fund, acquiring DIY skills like cooking and basic repairs. O nga no guys. Isip nyo ba guys, pag nasira yung mga, hindi, kasi naman guys, if there's no, for example guys, walang electricity, wala naman talaga, wala kayo repair. So ano, babalik talaga tayo dun sa manual. Reducing subscription services. Ayan na, lalabas mga subscriptions natin. Ano pa? Upskilling to secure employment. Oh, hybrid online uli. Online resources uli. Online classes ba? Are they encouraging online ano? I'm pretty sure guys, kahit nga sa government ano, di ba, 4 days a week na lang sila nag-work. Di ba? To conserve energy at the same time. Lahat, di ba? Effect. Hindi ko naman ano kasi hindi naman ako economy. So, basta ganun guys. Financial habits to practice. Okay. Create. Let's learn ha. I'm not saying ano to ha. Let's learn. Create and stick to a strict budget. Track every expense to distinguish between needs and wants. Miss Joyce, may kukunin ka sa ref? Water mo, may kukunin ka?
Sige, ma'am.
Ayun. Hindi ka sasalita, pero hindi ka naman magsalita. Eh, tapos yung iPad mo nandito, kinuha. Guys, ang dali lang po. Ang dami mo ano, pasap. Hindi na niya ako. Mamaya biglang may umorder. Tapos masarap ako, nagulat ako walang umorder. Miss, guys, kanina pa ako dito. Aga ko guys, dito sa work today, 7:30 nandito na ako. Pero bawal magbukas ng ano. Anyway, so going back, ano pa? Ay, ano ba to? Ano? Nagulo guys, sandali. Guys, sandali nga. Nag-AI yung ano, okay. Kasi, to track every expense, to distinguish between needs and wants. Yun nga guys. Meron ka bang ganun? Ito masyadong serious ano to ha. Build an emergency fund. Siguro kayo meron. Aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses to handle potential job loss or emergencies. Guys, hindi naman eh. Lahat, so guys, hindi lahat talaga guys, kahit na negosyante, kahit na ano, di ba, worried talaga sa lahat ng ganito. Dahil nga, lalo na yung oil crisis, di ba? Shortage. Anyway, so build, ito pa, automate savings. Pay yourself first by setting up automatic transfers to savings on payday. Hindi, ayun nga eh, paano nga yung scenario na walang ano. Gusto ko malaman yung talagang analog, yung walang internet, yung walang kuryente, walang kahit ano. So these ones, ano to, yung mga pwede mong gawin with technology. Okay? What else? Compare prices and use generic brands. Switch to generic items and look for sales, memberships at grocery stores to save money. Diversify income sources. Explore side hustles. Guys, mamaya na yung mga habits na regular habits natin sa bahay. Pero this one, ito yung mga talagang seryoso to. As in, realistic na mga pwedeng gawin. So, diversify income sources, explore side hustles or freelance work to avoid relying on a single employer. Hindi guys, ito, kahit nung pandemic naman, di ba? Naghanap tayo ng mga ways para we can earn, di ba? Online selling, lahat ginawa mo, yung kaya mong mag-convert ng kahit ano, kahit minsan hobby mo lang siya tapos naging business mo siya, yung ganun. So parang feeling ko babalik talaga yun guys. Ewan ko na guys, napapabibo lang ako. Feeling ko lang talaga babalik. Pero, ayun, at least. So ito, life skills and sustainable habits. So during the economic crisis na nangyayari nga sa atin ngayon, ganyang global, global crisis. Meal planning. So life skill talaga, meal planning. Pagkain pa rin talaga guys. Very important. Basic kasi yun for us to survive, right? So, cooking at home and cooking at home. Stop dining out and start cooking in bulk to cut food costs drastically. Kasi wala ka naman choice guys. So kailangan talaga mag-tighten ng belt. Lahat. All means that we can do to spend less, isn't it? Like to eat to eat at home. Hi sir, pansit po, palabok. 68 lang po sir. So guys, we got affected with the basta may bagong restaurant sa baba. So, sa taas kami, ganun. Ah, guys, anyway, so, ah, stop dining out. So, maybe talagang, usually, I'm pretty sure maybe some of you, most of you practice this yung eating more at home so you don't have to, I mean, if you don't like bringing food, di ba, lumalabas ka. Busog ka na pag lumabas ka ng bahay. Make sure you're already like kind of fueled before you go out of the house. Or bringing your own food or cooking more. Tapos, maybe in the morning na, you cook more, or whatever time you are free, maybe meal plan nga, you cook ahead, tapos maybe allotted na yan. Pretty sure mothers do this, no? Kayo mga parents na, you do this in advance already, typically. Pero ngayon talaga, as in, tapos what's the menu? Ano ba yung pwede nating number one guys, ewan ko, I'm learning from, mom and dad, yung maybe nung time nila ganun, we already stocked up root crop vegetables, tapos maybe magtanim na, ganun. Pumpkins, these are long-lasting vegetables. Turnips, singkamas sa bahay. Kamote, root crops, no? Kamote, kasaba, lahat yan. Ube, yun, mga ganun. These are, will stay long. Tapos, it's filling because it's starch. And mom was telling me maybe people are going to get chickens kasi di ba you can take care of the chicken and then it hatches eggs and at the same time you know what's next, right? Pero you get me, meron kang mini poultry sa bahay or whatever kung allowed sa area nyo yung gano'n. Dami guys na so really thinking of yung old days, yung mga old ways nung araw during back in the days na people are doing basic things talaga to gather, to have a sustainable source of food. Diba? Yung ganun. So, yun lang guys. So, learning to cook, I think, I think, medyo somehow we're prepared during the pandemic. Somehow this is already practicing already. Parang, oh my gosh. Okay, next. Basic household maintenance. Learn to fix things around the house, plumbing, electrical, or furniture rather than hiring. Well, paano, yun nga, basta, yun, alam natin yun guys, pero kung walang kuryente, less yung pagre-repair, pero yung maintenance ng things, usually cleaning, tapos reconditioning things at home. Hindi tingin ako ng customer guys. Medyo malayo. Hindi ako makasigaw. Medyo malayo sila. Okay, basic vehicle maintenance. Learn to change a tire and check oil levels to avoid mechanics. What if there's nothing to check? What if, di ba, wala kang oil? So, guys, ready na ba kayo? Have you asked yourself the type of vehicle you are going to use during this time of crisis? I have bicycle. Diba, I don't know if you've been following my live streams guys. I shared before that I was interested in using bicycle as my transportation from house to work. Kasi it's a short lang naman, short travel, and then people at home are reacting na, are you sure? Are you sure it's not safe? And then nagagaganon sila. Pero actually, it's gonna come talaga. Dadating yung time. It's, the basic old days ways are going to be back. Na typical guys, back in the days, they really travel, like journey, like, diba, in the, mga buggy, yung mga guys, ang tawag doon, horses, at saka yung, wala lang horse ngayon. So, na to? Ay, wala yun ito. Ayun ba yun? Hindi ko alam eh. Yung malalaki din yun. Yikes. Anyway, mag-deliver Miss Joyce kami.
Okay.
Hindi ko alam. So, ayun guys, yung ganun. So, and the ano talaga is the reality guys. Are we willing to travel by walking? Yun. Of course, we can walk, right? Pero yung long walking hours, ganun. I tried the other day, I commuted, I took the jeep, and then had a, hindi ko alam kung ilang miles yung, how, how far I walk, pero really far away from the highway towards some kind of, the house. And it was quite a walk. It's not already a workout, but rather this one is really like, it looked like I really traveled. Long walk talaga. As in maglakbay. Are you ready for it? I mean, it's healthy, it's economical, it's our basic, very basic mobility, right? To walk. So, are we ready? When there's no choice, we have to be ready. Yun talaga. So, bicycle, kasi diba, yun nga, crisis proof as in, for example, you've got wheels, right? Pero kung if it's not running with because of, uh, fuel, or it's not charged because of energy, then of course we're gonna have to either run, walk, marathon. Dadating yung, baka sana hindi naman guys, pero ganun, parang ganun ha guys, kasi everything is also going up. Tapos public transportations, ano ba, is it going to be affected also by this one, diba? Kasi may shortage nga, or high maintenance of the Okay, next, basic, what else? Basic vehicle maintenance, yun nga. Ladies, tayo mga ladies, do we know how to change stuff sa vehicle? Minsan lang, yung iba lang guys, nanonood ako, pero lately na lang yun. I just been concerned lately, looking at, at home when they do something in the car. I just watch what they do. Or sometimes, when accidentally my car broke down, ganun, some kind of, I'm already realizing the importance of ladies, especially as flat tire, mga ganyan. Diba? Do we know at all? But, well, we have resources online, pwede rin naman. Pero iba pa rin yung actual, diba? Nasiraan ka. Ayun, okay, next is, ito naman, this one are, typical, DIY clothing repair. Use a needle and thread for small tears and buttons rather than replacing clothes instead of buying. Diba? Maybe yung rin, gusto rin ngayon guys yung surplus, surplus shopping, di ba? Marami ng bargain, ukay-ukay, di ba? Maraming ganon. Isa yun for us to be crisis proof, mga habits natin na pwede natin change from, instead of we got used to, I have lots of, I will order clothes and ganon. Pwede rin naman, pero maybe, lang guys, personal lang po, like after so that we have stopped, like for example, totally, parang kind of lockdown, parang, di ba, for a while, walang, for example lang, lahat tayo nasa bahay lang, the coming back is the bouncing back, we still need the budget, right, to bounce back. So yun, I don't know guys, this is preventive healthcare. Keep up with doctor or dentist checkups to prevent expensive surprise medical bills later. Kung magagawa pa yun online, pwede ba yun? May check-up online, pwede yung mga consultations. Consult. Zero.
Yes, sir.
Yun guys. So yun guys, so
Kaya po yung ginagamit namin sa Panginoon.
keep up. Yun nga, so guys, consultations pwede, yung mga therapists online pwede yun. Pero are we even can afford still for now, di ba yung mga ganito? Maybe watching over our health, di ba? I am maybe because of budget din, I am not of using, kind of not used to, kasi talaga ganun kami guys, nung bata kami din, not used to having supplements talaga. Pero somehow, it will help definitely
Kaya kami ma'am, homemade
ang mga supplements that are kind of basic. Pero really, as maybe if no budget, sometimes maintaining the, yung maintaining everything lang, good hydration, eating right, yung ganun, having enough rest, gano'n, maybe you can at least minimize, di ba? Doctor fees, gano'n. Yung mga basic talaga. Working out at home, cut expensive gym memberships and use body weight exercises or home equipment. So maybe if you have already, then of course, diba, we know this during the pandemic na practice na tayo guys We can exercise at home, we can just do walking, running, I mean, other types of exercise and a lot of things to do. Water inspired or land, ano ba, aerial, I don't know. Mental and social habits. Ito, what habits can we hone, discover, enhance, or practice? Simply practice, no? Limit financial news consumption. hindi naman not really watching much, no? Pero, siyempre, di ba, you scroll, nakikita mo we see the news, di ba? Binge watching, financial news can create unhelpful panic and anxiety. Oo, pero sometimes, di ba, you're trying to watch something else, di ba? Tapos you pass by, of course, you browse through a news, di ba, na hindi mo pwedeng, kasi this one will, this matters kasi yung realistic na. Di ba, guys, ganun. So, sabi nga, numbers talk, di ba? Ito talaga yan, guys. Ganun guys. Anyway, next is, so kung makakabawas lang, I mean, if we are already aware, tapos yung all the time na lang, maybe that's keeping our stress up. Okay, next is, strengthen social connections. Ayan, wala ako na. Cultivate relationships with friends and family for emotional support, which is vital during stressful times. So, alam natin guys, nung pandemic yan, di ba? So, being connected to your loved ones, di ba, for resources. Ayoko namang gatungan pa si Miss Joyce, diba? Siyempre, sasalita siya. Miss Joyce, gusto ko sana magsalita din, pero siyempre, yung sales, talagang, gagawin na lahat para, ay, sana tinanong mo, sana ma'am, sorry ako kumakain lately. Tinanong. Even so guys, yung namin dito, yung yung landlord namin, nagra-round sila. Tinitinan nila guys yung condition ng yung audience, yung clients. Okay, next, practice, practice gratitude, acknowledge what you have to lower stress levels and boost mental well-being. Diba, it's not easy always to be grateful during crisis, diba? It's not always easy, diba? It takes a lot, and I always go back to the I don't know, of course there were other, hindi pa naman total recession guys, no? Pero there were other crises global crisis na we tend to be able to practice the art of being grateful. So it's not always naman, it's not easy, pero wala ka naman, there's nothing to do, what to do, diba? Wala namang choice You have to, you just learn how to wait, you just learn how to, just appreciate what you have, what's around, what's available, what can be, what may be. Diba? It's easier said than done, pero totoo naman, wala naman talagang ibang way, with or without crisis, diba? So, yun lang guys, acknowledging, diba, the fact that we are still able to spend every time with our loved ones, we are able to open our eyes, we are everything, diba? So, lahat blessing, diba? And surprisingly and magically, Are you always surprised that every time that we become grateful, there's that spectacular feeling. I don't know guys, di ba yung minsan yung sabihin niya na naman sige cheesy yan. Yung kasi di ba yung grateful ka lang na grateful ako for these scissors, charot. Pero basta grateful ako for this bag of food that I have in front of me. Um, especially during crisis guys, you don't know anymore how long this will take, yung ganon. And just having this for your loved ones, for your children, for your family, for your iba, ganun. The little things talaga. Yun lang. During crisis, guys, we tend to, we learn to do this. Kasi, diba, ganun lang naman eh. When there's scarcity, that's when we feel the need to be, oh nga, no, we've been forgetting yung ganun, diba? We have what our Creator has been gracing us, di ba yung ganun? So yun, very, somehow that helps, no? It's a good habit talaga, kahit with or without crisis. Wow, pabibo, no? Pero totoo yun talaga, guys. Kasi when you become grateful, parang you tend to, yung, of course, there are times that we can't be contented all the time, di ba? Of course, for us to improve pa, to grow, pero with gratefulness, I've learned eh. Kasi, it's, parang sad pag hindi ka grateful yung gano'n. Parang feel ko lang. Ako, sa akin. Okay, next is upskilling. Upskilling, skill. Upskilling, continuous learning. So, spend time learning new, in-demand technical skills to increase your ability to do things, right? So, excuse me guys. So, while maybe during these times guys that this is happening, even so we are at home learning new ways, yung iba mo other skills, what you know, what we can do with our hands, how we are, how do you say that, yung home economics, diba guys, so what we can do. Do you know how to, maybe you're also good in doing makeup, maybe you can do something about it during those times na we have to discover side hustles, di ba, yung mga racket. Maybe you know how to sing, maybe you know how to dance, maybe you know how to write a poem or a poem. A poet. Poet pala yung isa. Somebody, excuse me guys, sorry, I'll take this one. Sorry po guys, excuse me po. Okay. Hello? Yes, ate pa.
Ako punta si ma'am.
Punta, dadaan lang. Ayun yung pumunta, dadaan lang siya. Gusto niya mag-off. Pinag-off ko kasi sobrang pag-order na siya. Ayun, so ayun guys, so ano pa, maybe diba during the pandemic, I always go back to those times kasi diba, that's the time where where we cultivated our inner other talents or other skills na we can do, diba? Maybe you know how to draw, how to paint, how to how to make, diba, kung ano-ano yung mga artworks or na pwede mo siyang gamitin for like maybe you can ask Karmina, how else can we do that if there's yung power outage or wala talaga, as in totally wala. You know what, sometimes if we look at it, people, we have different seasons of our lives, right? We have celebrations, occasions in our lives. So it doesn't mean for example guys, total crisis talaga, no, there's no electricity. For example guys, people who celebrate occasions in their lives, right? So maybe, I don't know, just being able to dress up the celebrant and put the makeup on, and maybe you can, I don't know, if that's an impractical, shallow example, pero people will always find ways to be, to be in there, to celebrate, even so,
Kasi susi mo.
on a budget.
Susi.
Ay, susi na. Ay, nasa akin. Yung ganun guys, get mo. So, saan ko naman gagamitin yan? Maybe not now, hindi mo magagamit. Pero, one day, or sa comeback, yung ganun. Just in case lang guys na hindi talaga, you get me guys, na everything stops. Yung ganun. Ano ko ba? Ganun guys. During lunchtime to, tinan mo, super tahimik. Diba? So, ayun. So, yung mga ganun guys. So, I don't know, maybe that's a shallow example. Pero other things, like maybe you know how to play an instrument. You'll be able to, um, you know, share your talent via, through music. Diba? Ganun. That can be of, a distressor for during these times, di ba? Yung mga ganyan. But, yun guys, ang dami. Maybe you are also good in some kind of repairing or mending something to be able to solve some issues at home, di ba? Yung mga maintenance, yung mga ganyan. A lot of things. Or maybe you're good in massage, di ba? Yung anything that will mend sickness or ganyan guys. Diba? We still have our senses na pwedeng we can use na maybe, okay, nga pala, I know how to do this, diba? Yung parang ganun. So, it's a great awakening, diba? Yung ganun. Okay, next is, what else? Pabibo lang guys, no? So, after lang guys. So learning new skills. Kung there are skills na maybe you're interested in, then diba, by knowing about it and then practicing it, doing it, maybe, I don't know, sewing, crocheting, painting, pottery, mga ganyan guys, lahat yan. Shout out sa mga lovers ko. Basta ganun guys. Or gardening, maybe who knows, diba, you grow food, tapos, kasi there are people who are green thumb, pero sabi nila you can develop a green thumb in you, if you are not good in planting. Pwede pala yun guys, no? Kasi ako nga, hindi ako green thumb, pero pwede pala guys. So, for as long as you like, diba? What else? Baka I'm missing a lot, pero maybe, minsan you just want to analyze mentally, maybe you're good in something, I don't know, that creating an activity together in some kind of group or community to build something for, diba, for the sustenance of the new life that we can have during the crisis, ang ganun. Gets mo guys? Tsaka yung, basta ganun. Okay, so ang dami guys. So analyzing, maybe you're good in doing hairdos or kind of anything guys, na pwede. So, next is, what else? Diversify income, explore side gigs or freelancing to create additional income streams. So, pwede rin guys, no? Diversify live streams, no? Diversify income. So, pwede kang maghanap ng ways to, find other hustles. So, maybe, I don't know, okay pa ba ang live selling pagka walang energy, walang power? Paano yun? So, ibig sabihin guys, the type of selling could be live, as in, analog, talagang magtitinda ka sa labas. Feeling ko lang guys, naisip ko lang. As in, As in bending. Face to face to the public. Ganun. Naisip mo ba yun? Other people I see na already, like randomly, I see some sidewalks or alleys. People already are just opening the back of their vehicles, already selling their old things. Yung pandemic din ganun eh. May nakikita na ako guys ngayon talaga. As in, halo-halo na gamit nila sa bahay, clothes, appliances. They just opened the van that they have and then they sold. And one sold bread sa likod ng kotse. Opened it. Some eggs. Yun, mga isang ba, yung iba talagang hawking talaga. Hawkers, no? Pero maybe you just ask permission or just finding ways to find them. Actually, nag-iisip ako. Okay, next is diverse, manage stress, practice meditation. Ganun, guys. Deep breathing. Oo, ano yun, pero, yeah, it's a matter of lang talaga, when you just find the time. Kasi, minsan, di ba, pag during these times, wala kang time mag-ganun eh. Kasi pag nagmamadali ka, di ba, you're preoccupied. Pero, when you only have the time, when you have no choice sometimes but to pray, surrender, and let life transcend yung gano'n. Pag-ibo lang guys. Reading lang, okay? Daily walking to manage this anxiety of economic uncertainty. Exercise guys, so maybe it's because I am promoting that exercise, pero it's because it has transitioned, it has transcended in my life. It is transcending in my life. It is like changing. Many people are doing it. So if you can find time to exercise, I have short, super short, and long exercise live streams and vlogs. Please check out. If you cannot exercise, then doing home chores if you like lang, some of them in my live streams. Health habits, preventive healthcare, don't skip regular checkups. Catching health issues early avoids major medical bills later. Okay, if you think that this is something that can be avoided, like leading to something serious, of course, maybe it's important to get professional help. What else? Build networking relationships, maintain and grow your professional network. It is crucial for finding new opportunities. Sana yung online open pa din guys, no? Sana open pa din siya. If not talaga, this one you go out to your, your circles, di ba? You go out to your, di ba? Nearest talaga na pwede mong sa community, your loved ones, or community. Ganun guys, to do extra. Preventive health, what else? Sleep and nutrition. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep to maintain productivity and mental health. By focusing on these habits, you can build a more resilient financial foundation, reducing stress during difficult economic times. Okay. But how did people survive? Tingnan natin guys. Minsan din guys, of course this is, di ba, Google. This is AI. Okay? Pero sometimes, how you ask the question is also important. Natin guys. How did people survive hunger? For example lang guys, kasi di ba yun naman talaga number one na kalaban natin, hunger. Did people survive? So people survive during those times, guys. Yeah, guys. I know this is not it. By adopting strict coping mechanisms, cutting expenses, relying on savings, take and debt, reducing food intake. Reducing food intake, what do you call this? Fasting? Parang ito rin yun eh. But anyway guys, basta so have you heard guys of somehow, have you heard of homesteading? Yung talagang at home, trying to sustain food. Basically talaga gardening ng vegetables, ng ganun. Yung mga root crops, di ba? Alam na natin yun ng pandemic, ginawa natin yun. Kaya pwede natin gawin yun. At saka yung ano ba yun, I heard from the news, an interview with some economists. Of course, energy conservation, if it's possible not to use vehicles, if it's not necessary that you go out of the house, if it need be that you can walk, it's walkable, pwede naman, di ba, to save up the gas instead of using that for some single goal that you're going to do for the day, maybe, or pooling, transportation, taking communal transportation together. That is a good point. Tsaka yung ano ba, conserving of water, conservation of water, guys. And totoo ko talaga, guys. Years ago, Dad was telling us there will be scarcity of water. And in fact, di ba, we are buying water. Di ba? We are buying, I mean, we have water bills, pero in fact, drinking water, di ba? We already are, before, back in the days, we just drink from the tap, di ba? Sa gripo lang. Pero ngayon, mineral water. Diba? Iba-iba na. So, sparkling, distilled, kung ano-ano. From the mountains of ano. So, yun guys, diba? Imagine yun. So, lahat. Basta, so, time will come talaga pala, no? Yung mga changes, di ba? Katulad yan, ngayon, parang going back to the basics talaga. Going back to the basics talaga, parang to lessen the expectation and also to lessen the, yung shopping, natin. Yung mga usual na binibili natin. And maybe, by adapting to the change, then our wants and needs will change also, di ba? So, yun ba? Or, i-give up mo, meron ka i-give up, or i-lessen mo, or have you asked yourself, necessary ba siya, di ba? Or tatanggalin talaga. So, habits. Okay, so, ito na lang, last na lang.
Yes po, panapansin sir. Matisopas. Salamat na kami sir.
Sorry guys. One last point guys. Yung habits naman. Habits to learn. I don't wanna enumerate naman the not so good habits that we have kasi we all have that, and it will all come to us the right time that we are ready to, di ba, lessen it or practice not doing it anymore, or di ba, I can't be enumerating that. So let's just talk about habits, regular habits. So number 1, it says here, habits to practice at home, exercise. It says here, guys, it's one of the most are aspects of a healthy lifestyle. To control, to keep a healthy lifestyle and weight management, di ba? It's the most economical. Drink water. So, drinking water. is another habit. Totoo yan guys, diba? Sometimes hydration, the definition of hydration to many of us has already changed because we have a lot of choices already, diba? But we still go back to the basic of drinking water, diba? And also, getting used to not always having ice or cold water, diba? Sometimes you have to learn how to drink regular temperature water. Diba? Yung from the tap, sometimes, diba? Or from the ocean. May ganun pa ba? From the ocean. No, that's salted water. Basta from a stream of clean water. Pero, diba yung ganun? Going back to basic. Adequate sleep, a good habit. I say sometimes I only sleep for 6 hours, minsan 7 hours, but trying to maintain the 7 to 9 hours is kind of an effort already. Kasi minsan guys, diba, tayo rin naman, it's us who sometimes sleep very late, that's why we have less sleep. Pero ako, guilty ako doon, I'm guilty of that. Having a balanced diet, whatever it is, your own choice of diet, diba? I can't tell you na have this kind of food pyramid or have the Mediterranean diet, have the vegetarian, the plant-based. I can't, right? You have your own, depending on your load of work, your productivity,
Mamaya pa po.
your productivity condition, or your age, depending on your gender, diba? It depends on you. So you can choose your own diet for as long as you think it's balanced naman. Practice gratitude, din nga, it's a practice talaga. It's hard to write it down. Congratulations if you're able to write it down. At least one thing that you're grateful for, just the fact that you're able to still wake up today, di ba yung gano'n? We forget that, di ba? You still have you have your loved ones around you, or mga ganun guys. Yung, of course, you can do yung regular things like, of course, yung merong intangible. Meron din namang mga, di ba, grateful for this home that you have, or whatever it is, di ba? Order, ano yan? Okay. Ay, kailangan na kumalis dito, ano? Teka. Hey, guys. So, okay, guys. So, ayun. So, what else? Habit. What else, guys? Daily reading habit. Ayun, guys. Feeling ko na, I just feel guys that maybe reading some information sometimes I'm able to read na. Kasi before, talagang effort, di ba, aminin mo guys, while you're browsing a book, di ba, yung ganun. Sometimes, maybe, number one, you have to be interested in what you read talaga. Find your interest. Maybe you like to read some sonnet or, di ba, anong gusto mong basahin guys, magazine or what type of resource, self-help books, recipes, what do you like reading? Poems or ganyan.
48 lang.
Okay, next is what else? Daily reading habit. I started guys, if you want like one page, example, you wanted to start a novel. If it's too much for you, pressure, pero you like to read Harry Potter, for example. Maybe I will practice muna with 10 books para less ang expectation. Kasi sometimes, the tendency, if you're reading, you committed to a novel, and then you stopped, or, di ba, usually the first few days you're good, di ba? The middle part. So, I am a trying hard bookworm. So, if you like lang, mark a page that you read. You can start from 3 sentences to a paragraph. One paragraph, not even the full page. One paragraph at a time. And then mark that. Like, if this is the page of for example, this is the page of the book, I do an indentation through my nails, and do like that. So I'll be reminded when I open that page. Kasi I cannot mark the whole page, it means I finished it. For me lang So I open that, and then I know that I'm just in page 1. Ba? Do an indentation there. So when I open it, this is the next paragraph. Or put a little mark. I don't know kung bahala ka. If you are that very much careful of the pages of the books you're reading. Yung ganun guys. Pabibo lang tayo guys. What else? Daily reading habit, newspaper. Guys, di ko talaga ma-maintain yung newspaper eh. Well, diba, maybe you are seeing your parents or your lolas, lolos who reads periodicals, mga may dad talaga every time he sees. Diba, I'm pretty sure baka yung parents mo or ikaw, nagbabasa ka ba? Hmm, talaga, totoo yun guys, knowing current events, iba rin talaga yun, diba? So, trying hard lang. Pero guys, bakit ganun? Pagka it's about some scoop or showbiz scoop or ano, you read it. It's interesting, di ba? Pero yung mga current events, tayo ano, not unless it concerning us, di ba? Sometimes, di ba yung ganun? Okay, ano pa ba? Maybe you can also start reading yung mga billboards, di ba? Ganyan reading, di ba? Yung ganun. Sometimes little announcements or charot-charot yun, pero pwede, di ba? Okay, what else? So I never want I would always like to share this one. I stayed in a place. I visited a friend in a province, and of course, yeah, there's no television in the room because she likes to read. Okay, going to the bathroom, surprisingly, guys, near the the near the of course the toilet bowl, guys. There are piles of pocket books. Pocket means small, right? So it's there. Self-help books, joke books. Ah, good ano talaga guys. I'm so inspired with that. Yung barely talaga guys. I've seen some thrift stores in the States guys. They have some pocket books in the bathroom. Ang ganda talaga. That's why when you're seated, somehow, at least you open a page. Diba, somehow, it's life-changing din reading, di ba? When you read a certain thing that sparks your, di ba? Sparks your knowledge na, di ba, sometimes reading encourages you to learn more. Aminin yan, guys. Even so, it's a comics. It's some kind, maybe you read comics, Archie, or ano ba, yung mga comics nung Nick Nock na. Binasa mo ba yun yung Nick Nock? I like reading horoscopes when I was young. Mga ganong horoscope. Basta horoscope yan. Basta yun. Yung mga bills, gusto mo pang basahin niya. ayaw natin binabasa yung mga bills. Okay. What else? Stay hydrated, yun nga. I mean, there's still an avalanche of people who have their thermos or whatever handy bottles that you have there. To always keep hydrated, or you have your cups, diba? What else? Connect with others. Yun. Kunti ako doon, kulang ako doon. So if you are into that, via email, via call, via personal, diba? Mahina ako dyan guys. Trying my best, especially this year, slowly, ganun, here niya, somehow, very shy or from extroverted to introverted, yung ganun. Basta guys, anyway, have breakfast. To have breakfast, okay, talaga ba? Oh yes, because some people are not into having breakfast. No, talaga. So maybe trying breakfast. Having breakfast maybe. It's a good way to practice. Washing hands. Washing the hands. Oo, totoo yan. Nung pandemic lang naman talaga naging guys. Very tayo sa washing of the hands. Pero it's very important. And ngayon nga, of course, we are learning also to guys, yung washing nga hanggang dito talaga sa totoo lang. Pero, di ba, aminin natin minsan we're not able to. Like right later, my midday brushing of the teeth, that's my practice after meal. Okay, following a routine.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. Following a routine, guys. It's kind of hard. So this channel is all about that. If you just want, especially in exercising, that's just some kind of passion, my other passion, aside from, sa kitchen, guys. So, following a routine, committing to it, patiently practicing it, diligently showing up, even so you don't feel like it. Okay. Bathe regularly. Yan. Sinong guilty dyan? Isa tayo naging guilty dyan. Okay, so, how often or sometimes, if it's because of kind of course, depending on age and your condition, maybe you're not safe to, do some taking shower or kind of cleaning yourself unless it's a special medical condition. Okay, you are excused, pero somehow uh, diba, it's good to have it as a regular part of your day, diba? Because it has something to do with yung parang, diba, when you feel like somehow everything is clean, then of course somehow the mind is also clean within the so, follow a consistent sleep schedule. Yun, another habit na maganda rin, guys. So, maybe if you're used to sleeping too late, diba, adjusting like 30 minutes earlier, and then keep on practicing that. For example, you're used to sleeping 11 o'clock, try to sleep 10:30 or 10:45, 15 minutes, and then you keep on practicing that until you have accepted 10:30 is not bad. And then slowly again, keep practicing. Less than 30 minutes again, that's a total of 1 hour. Maybe 10 o'clock, I can try to sleep. And then another practice again, keep on practicing until you have adjusted 9:30, 9 o'clock. Diba? So, everything really is a matter of practice. If you fail again, then you do it again. Start again. Pickles po, dandan pa.
Yes po.
May coffee din po ako, float.
Ang disapas ng pandipansit, available po.
Sabihin, guys,
Wala. Mamaya po po.
okay.
Thank you po.
Follow, what else? So it's a domino effect sometimes, eh. Like for example, for me, guys, if I sleep late in Sunday, it will have an effect on my Monday, and then the Monday will be continuously on Tuesday, the effect of that, diba? So, have you noticed, guys? Diba? I mean, we can have fun in the weekends, diba? Pero the Sunday, the first day of the week, right? It's Monday. So Sunday is a crucial stage that we're gonna have to give attention in. Whatever your Sunday is. I'm saying Sunday, maybe kasi other people are working also on Sundays, right? So maybe your Sunday is a Monday. The start of the week, the before, that is the most crucial, eh. Kasi it will be your pattern, what you do on your day one of the week. Yung parang gano'n ako, guys, kasi guilty ako dun, eh. Yung, bawa, pagod ako, date ako, Sunday.
Yes po.
May effect yun. May effect sa akin yun, Monday, Tuesday,
Oh, yes,
Wednesday.
sir.
Steve.
45 lang po. Okay.
What else? Gagawa po kami, sir. Daan po kayo ulit. Yan niyo po. Oh, sayang. Oh, parang gusto ko rin yun. Sarap na, di ba?
Chocolate naman.
Oo, may chocolate chip.
Opo.
Di ba yung parang nakikita natin sa mga kantin? Di ba usually may mga... Ay, hindi, parang di mo nakita. Ang sarap nyo. Yung bata ako yung sa kantin, yung... Basta yun ang recess ko, eh. Nasa ba yung tatandaan ko yun? Sino yung favorite ng banana? Tatandaan. Kaya wala kami banana. May isang last week ko po yun, guys, I thought of making banana bread. Tapos hindi ko na gawampas na. Nakain na namin, guys, yung mga bananas dun sa bahay. Ano kaya yun? Di ba, guys, it's better when you make it, yung overripe. Di ba? As in, blackened bananas talaga na. Yun yung masarap, guys, eh. Yung overripe bananas, yung talaga pang banana. Okay, anyway. What else? Limit screen time. Ayan, guilty tayo lahat dyan, guys. I'm guilty of this one. Diba? Especially on weekends, diba? Ang sarap kaya mag-marathon ng... Diba? Ang sarap manood or anything na... Diba? Nanonood ka ng something na... Tapos, you're already, glued to the...
Yes po. Pandipansit po. Pandipansit.
Sila. limit screen time. Guilty ako dyan, guys. So, ako, guys, share this, guys. It works for me, ha. If you want, like, you're gonna have screen time, di ba? Waking up in the morning, if you want, alarm yourself. Set an alarm. Ano ba yun? Alarm yourself. Set an alarm. Like, 15 minutes, how long you will be hanging out, browsing. Kasi di ba, sometimes you check the notification. And then, syempre, kinlik mo yun, di ba? Syempre, you check the email na, ang ginawa mo, sumagot ka na. Ginawa mo na yung, diniretso mo na, or, di ba, chinek mo lang na, notify sa'yo si Netflix, di ba? Tapos, ang ginawa mo na, nag-preview ka lang, tapos ang ginawa mo, nanood ka na, di ba? So, tapos nag-marathon ka na after yun. So, aminin, di ba? So, guilty tayo dyan. So, sometimes, yun. Sa akin lang, guys, if you have the time lang, I'm not saying this is perfect, just an idea. When you have the time, getting calm, do I need to watch this now? Do I need to do this now? Ganun. Pag nasagot mo lahat yun, at lahat yun no, then it means you're gonna have to just later on. You can categorize. Now na ba to? Later ba to? Bukas ba to? Next week ba to? Ganun. Diba? So, feeling ko lang. Tapos alarm. The alarm ha. So, if in case you're wanting to lounge at still pa. So, while you're in bed, you can set 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Tapos, once the alarm rings, practice that, yung totally down. Tapos na, get up. Tayo na agad. Kasi, ito talaga, number 1 talaga to guys, na makakaano talaga. Ito yun. So, yun lang. Feeling ko lang guys. Sa sobrang guys, I had so much time staying at home before. Wala na, lahat na lang guys, na ano ko. Kasi guys, ang dami kong, I had so much, of course, diba, meron tayong ganun. So much mistake in life. I just, diba, yung ganun. I just wanna share. Diba, I'm pretty sure maybe you have your own stories of shortcomings. Meditate. Meditate kasi I stopped already. Kasi guys, when I tried meditating guys, I practice, diba? Closed eyes, ganyan nakaganyan ako. Pero talaga guys, ang ganda talaga. Pag nakaganyan ka, super quiet ka lang sa isang room. As in, everybody's asleep pa, yung ganon. Early morning. So, as far as I'm learning guys, the best time at your own very peaceful time. The first 5 minutes, okay ka. First 10 minutes. Pero yung 30 minutes, 20 minutes, na total na hindi ka dumitila, letting go at some point na sobrang everything, di ba, you're seated there like this. And then the tendency is for you to hear. Hindi ka pa ano yun eh. You're not really so much in peace at that point eh. For me, the experience guys, kasi I made it. I try to meditate. Okay. Hello? Basta kayo. Ay, bababasa ni Miss Joy. Pwede ba si Miss Joyce kasi may hindi ako flu ako. Miss Joyce na lang. Okay, sige. Okay lang, okay lang. Sige, Miss Joyce. Yung food natin.
Nasaan to?
Nasa baba.
Nandiyan lang.
Please, thank you. Yun, nandiyan na guys yung lunch natin. So, family meal guys, para lang at least minimize expense, diba? For all of us. For this, just to sustain the running of the cafe. Ganun guys. So, yung ganun, asan na ba tayo? Ang pinag-usapan natin guys? Meditating. Yan. At first, hindi ka talaga, yung first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, for me guys for me lang, okay. I still am, kahit 30 minutes na, long been there, I am still not used to being quiet that long already, that I'm not talking, I'm not doing anything. I can meditate, I can be at peace for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, pero I want to be aware already what's happening around me. If my eyes is closed, maybe something is around or near me, or yung ganun guys. Sometimes, yung ganun, yung talagang everything is a practice, and having knowledge about it, meditation is something talagang some kind of needs a full mindfulness, being in the moment and letting go of the informations around us, the noises that bombard us every time, the informations we get that comes to our, diba, all through our mind, diba, what we hear, diba, what we speak, or mga ganun guys, diba, wala din maano siya yung meditation. So, I stopped because I'm already, I have practiced already for 1 hour. And it's been already, for me, it's kind of strange already. Hi sir, drinks po, lemonade, crinkles, dalandan tart. Thank you so much sir. Coffee sir, Coke float. Kulit talaga guys. So, guys, I stopped because I'm afraid already if I go beyond, like maybe I may have astral travel na yung umihiwalay na yung soul mo doon. Medyo, hindi ko alam. I might be, okay? I don't want to, I mean, it's too less of information and experience to talk about it. Pero, that's just the shallow part of the practice for me. So, but yes, spend time outside. The habit of spending time outside. Maybe, kasi, okay, it's hard naman kasi if we are always crisis focused, no? Pero just in case, of course, it's not bad to spend time outdoor, di ba? Getting some vitamin C. That's what some of my loved ones were telling me during those times when I was, I stayed long inside the house. They were encouraging me to get some sun, get some, vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C, from the sun, yung ganun, para maarawan ka naman, diba? So you resist some illnesses, diba? And it's healthy to be in nature. Be it in water, diba? Force yourself out of bed. Yun, guys, this is a habit that we can practice. Maybe because I just had so much time to do it, pero now that I'm working already, I'm ready, but because during those times when I was bored and I stayed at home for, guys, I'm talking about a decade, more than 10 years, not working, but I still made sure that I still woke up early, having a certain time, whatever it is. If it's not early, maybe you wake up 9 a.m. Then you get ready, you prepare, maybe you have your breakfast, you have a routine. Make sure that is running all the time, because if so, parang feeling ko lang guys if there's no routine, parang for me lang, I tend to be more depressed. Yung parang ganun. Parang ako lang nakita ko guys na I learned because of a lot of readings na all the more that you, of course, diba, you're not, for example, me, I wasn't working na nga. Maybe doing something worthwhile at home. That's why this channel is all about that. If you fail, just try, begin something worthwhile at home. Pabibo, call me whatever guys, pero I think it's just basic na we find things to do so we can be productive and we feel that we have a purpose on earth. Yung ganun lang, di ba guys? Yung pabibo lang guys, pero kasi sometimes that's why all the more we feel that, kasi di ba nga, we are forgetting that we have a purpose on earth. Whatever it is, whatever is your purpose, or whatever your purpose is. Hi sir, ma'am, pansit po, 68 lang with pandesal, palabo, Coke float, desserts po, coffee. Thank you so much po. Okay, so, yun guys, yung ganun guys, yung what are you talking about, Karmina? Paano kung wala naman akong gagawin taga? Yes, there's nothing to do at home, for example. Pero imagine all day. Imagine na, I'm not saying na this is great, what I'm talking about is perfect. No, this is just an idea. Maybe having a screen time lang that this is the time you watch TV or a movie, and then you stand up, maybe do something like fold your clothes. I know, it's cheesy, it's hindi totoo yan, charot-charot. But one day, it will come to you na, you will notice all day that's what you're doing, right? And maybe, you will find somehow, you will feel like, parang you're bored already because you're doing the same thing, every day. Diba yung ganun? So, maybe finding a pattern, like maybe at least doing a sport or spending some time, whatever, your, maybe paint or maybe do some artwork or, alam ko yun, I'm suggesting some unrealistic ideas, pero ito yun eh, when you are, for me lang guys feeling ko lang, so you, all the more you invite boredom, di ba, when you are not conditioning yourself to somehow, kahit pretend lang that you will have a schedule today, and the rest of the blessings, the rest of the things to do at home will come, will give you an idea. Ay, what if I clean my cabinet, what if I do the what if I help out in the kitchen, it's contagious eh, ganun. O na, sige na. Mabibo tayo guys, pero yung somehow yung ganun guys, yung siyempre may days kayo that you're just wanting to rest. Siyempre may days na gano'n. Hindi naman lagi. Oh, what else? Force yourself out of bed. Yun eh. Yung, sa mean, it means that, diba, it's all, you're bounded to do something na gagawin mo. Yung gano'n, yung for the next. After getting out from bed, what do you do next? You choose, diba? You eat, you prepare, you get ready, you do something, you, diba yung gano'n? Or if you need to be doing an errand, maybe, diba? O kung ayaw mo, wag na, wag na lang. Okay, next is stress management. Yan. Maybe some lang. For me, guys, exercise. Eating, stress management somehow. For me, learning, practicing, because I'm not practicing to be patient and getting calm, because I'm not, so I have anger management issues guys, so I'm not proud of that, though I want to share some stories about it kasi that's our challenge, that's your challenge, it might be hell, so we're just learning how to keep calm. Practice mindfulness. It says here, how do you become mindful? My guys, just lang the idea of getting mindful. For example, I always share this guys. I'm grateful for this mobile phone that is in front of me. I'm holding it now. Through this, I'm able to connect to the people for this bread because this is the food. I'm eating it, I'm tasting it. This nourishes me. I can feel the sponge, I can feel how the texture of this one, I can smell it. This is food. It's warm, it's ganun. That's mindful. Being in the moment, ganun. I know, Miss Joyce. Ganun, guys. Being in the moment wherever you are, whatever you're doing, ganun. So, yun. What else? Or yung, diba ito guilty tayo minsan yung we don't appreciate na the people we are with because you're preoccupied, diba yung gano'n? Yung gano'n pwede rin. What else? What habits? Say positive affirmations. Mahaba pala nito. Say positive affirmations. Yung, ang dami ng mga affirmations, diba guys? Today, I will have a great day today, yung mga ganun. It's a cliche, it's a cheesy, it's pero somehow it imbibes good vibration, positivity, di ba? And saying, basta mga affirmations. Ang dami guys, resources online or maybe read aloud from a book, di ba? Yung ganun. Sabi nila guys, to manifest something, keep saying that I will be successful. In the year 2026, I will lose weight. I will exercise. I will, yung ganun, paulit-ulit mo lang sabihin and it will manifest, it will happen. You get the energy. The slowly you're already doing it. Hi ma'am, pansit po, palabok, 68 with pandesal, desserts, sprinkles, brownies, tarts. Wala pala kaming brownies guys. Okay. Next is stretch before bed. Oh, minsan, we forget that. Oh, pero ako, I don't. Pero Because I already do exercise, so I do the stretching and the exercise na. Okay. Try a new hobby. What is your new hobby? Maybe painting, sewing, drawing, singing. Ano ba? O maybe profession mo ba? Sabi ko na. Avoid blue light exposure. Ah, talaga ba? Bakit? Because of the ultraviolet. Charot. Okay. Brush twice a day. O bakit ito twice lang? Ako thrice kasi guys, basta lang, gusto ko lang guys, para to lessen my sleepiness after lunch, so I can be productive pa. Feeling ko lang, ano lang, piling-pilingan guys. So, yun guys. Okay, so, the 10 habits for good health, ha. Sabi dito guys, morning stretch, stay hydrated, floss. Meron pa ba sa inyo nagpo-floss? Oo nga, dapat nagpo-floss. Apply sunscreen. Ano ba? Go nuts. Ha? Go nuts. Loosen up sometimes. Feeling ko yung gano'n. Oh, take a nap. Kayo, sino mahilig pang nap? Short nap? Power nap? 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Pero yung long, short, yung nap, maybe an hour, yung gano'n. Tama ba yun? Do some activities nga. Take a breather. Then na ba yun? 2, 4, 6, 8. Dalawa pa. Ano yun? Active breathing. Like that. Kasi talaga totoo guys. May something about it. And also yung, kanina guys, I was seated long. Tired from the commuting. Ang tendency guys, gumaganon ako. Tapos I was seated somewhere and I practice like that. The posture. Talaga. Times guys. The feeling is different pag nakaganyan ka, di ba? Relax, pero pag nakaganyan, lagi ako guys sa kaganon. Listen guys, it's a lot, talagang practice. Okay, enjoy a hobby, so be social. Yun. Yung social life na, napaka-importante. Okay, so guys, ayun lang. So, ang haba nitong live stream natin. So guys, I hope you learned something today. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. If you fail, just try, just start, begin something worthwhile at home. Thank you guys.